Okay, so today's workout is split into three different sets. The first set has 4 exercises, the second set has 4 exercises, and we will be doing a work set of 40 seconds with a 20-second break before we move on to the next exercise. The last and final set is something that's just short and sharp. It's just 4 minutes of EMOM. So just to share with you guys what EMOM is, it stands for every minute on the minute. I really like EMOM workouts because it's very short and sharp, and it's something that you can scale to your own fitness level. So the concept of EMOM is we have a set of exercises, and we will be performing that set of exercises when the minute starts. And with whatever time that you have left after completing those exercises, you have that time to rest before the next minute. So I'll explain a bit more later on when we get to that set. But for the first two sets, we just have 8 exercises, 4 for the first and 4 for the second. I explained as well earlier on that I will be sharing with you guys the demonstrations for the exercises first so that we can get straight into the warm-up and then into the workout. So the first exercise is a push-up and a push-back. So you want to get into a high plank position, ensuring that your shoulders are stacked above your elbows as well as your wrists. So you're going to lower yourself into a push-up, and then you're going to push back up, bending at your knees to go into kind of like a downward dog position. So in the case of, for those of you who are not able to do a full push-up, you can place your knees on the ground as Estelle is showing you guys how. Yep, and then you're going to lower your chest all the way to the ground again. You're going to press yourself back up, coming into a variation of a downward dog position or a child's pose, and then coming back into a push-up and coming back down into a child's pose. So for this movement, the key thing is really to work your triceps and your arms. There's no point in just going for speed. You really want to control the movement, load your triceps all the way down, lower your chest as close to the ground as possible, and push it back up. So it's okay even if you lower your chest all the way to the ground and then before you push yourself back up. So the key thing is really to work your triceps. So that's the first one. The second one, we have squat pulses and a calf raise. So for squat pulse, you want to stand with your feet hip width distance. Your toes are pointed 45 degrees outwards. Maybe I'll just shift the camera slightly down. So you're standing in this position with your feet pointed 45 degrees outwards, hinging at your hip, coming down. We're going to pulse up and down twice. And as you stand up, extend all the way up, coming up onto your tiptoes. So from the side, you're hinging at your hip, dropping your hips down low, below parallel, coming up slightly, coming back down, coming up slightly, coming back down twice. So that's a squat pulse. As you stand up, extend, squeeze glutes, hamstrings, everything. Extend your arms up and coming onto your tiptoes. So you really want to focus at the top, squeeze everything, all the way from your glutes, hamstrings, all the way down to your calf muscles. That's for the second one. The third one is a side plank with a leg circle. So first option, you're just coming down onto your forearms on the side, lifting your hips off, keeping your whole body in one plane. If you need a modification, feel free to place one leg in front of you, your whole foot planted flat on the ground in front of you, in front of your knees, and then just hold the side plank. If you want to increase intensity, feel free to raise your top leg and make tiny, small circles. So the movement that you want is really small, tiny leg circles. You can go in a clockwise direction and then switch counterclockwise.
All right.
Last one, wide-legged mountain climbers. So getting into a high plank position again, you're going to step one leg out to one side, outside of one palm, step it back, stepping other leg forward, outside of your other palm, step it back. So to increase intensity, you're just going to jump your legs, jump switch side to side. Otherwise, feel free to continue walking it back and forth. Key thing is from the side, you want to make sure that your back is flat, core tight. So everything's in one plane, and your shoulders are stacked above your elbows as well as your wrists. Okay, so those are the first 4. In between the first set and the second set, I'll bring you guys through the next 4 exercises. But for now, Estelle, you ready?
Okay, just one question about the side plank.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing the left side first, right? So is it like we do it on the right side for the second set?
Yes. And then for the last one, I'll tell you guys when to switch halfway.
Okay.
So we're performing every set 3 rounds for three rounds.
Three
So for
rounds,
the
right?
first, yes. So for the first set, you'll pick a side. The next one we'll do the other side, and then the last one we'll switch.
Okay. So just
Okay?
remember we have 3 sets, and important to pace yourself. Don't go all out and exhaust yourself because you still have 2 more sets to go. That's what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. So the key thing about HIIT, what I really like about HIIT is that it's very scalable. So a lot of people have the misconception that HIIT is going to be very intensive and therefore like they're not fit enough to do it, and that's not true at all because for high intensity interval training, it's usually about the work set timing. So you can really scale the workout depending on how fit or to your own level of perceived high intensity. So whatever is my level could be different from Estelle's, could be different from someone who's joining us at home as well. So really work to your own fitness level. If you want to push yourself, push yourself. If you need to scale it back, please use the modifications as well.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll bring you guys through a very short warm up. I'm going to kneel down so you guys can see me. Just do head rotations clockwise.
I had to think what is clockwise. I haven't been in the gym for so long.
I know, I think I haven't been in at least 2 months.
Yeah.
And then counterclockwise. And then we're going to do shoulder rotation forward. So we have a full body workout today, so we really want to make sure that your whole body is warm. So shoulder rotation forward. And then shoulder rotation back. So bring your shoulders up to your ears, roll it back down. Up to your ears, roll it back down. Just want to stretch out to the side. So get some movement into your body. So I really like dynamic warm-ups because it helps move your body in different directions and helps you engage your muscles. Okay, for those of you standing, you want to stand at the end of your mat. If you are kneeling down like Estelle and I, just going to come into a high plank position. And then you're just going to dip your hips down. So from the side, dipping your hips down, coming up into downward dog position, dipping it down again. So we really want to warm up the hips. And we're just going to do 2 more. And then holding a high plank again, walk one leg to the front, outside of your palm, raise that palm up. Replace that palm back on the ground, walk your legs back, other leg forward, palm up. Switch sides. Other side. So just 1 more on each side. So you really want to open up your hips.
For those white mountain climbers.
Yeah. And then you're going to walk your hands back to your feet. So come down into a very low squat. We just want to open up our hips once more. Just sway from side to side. Just for another 2. 1 coming up. Side lunge. Other side. And we're just going to go stay low, stay low, stay low. And 3, 2, 1. Coming up. High knees. So for those of you at home who can't do high knees, feel free to just do marches on the spot. Otherwise, come into high knees. Jumping jacks. And then jump twists. So twist, twist, twist. Okay. All right, I'm just going to put the timing on the clock. We've got 40 seconds of work and 20 seconds of rest. If you guys want to start your watches, I see Estelle starting her watch.
I am. I'm calling this a boot camp.
That's great. Okay, so are we ready, Estelle?
Yep, all set.
All right. So the first set is going to be a push-up, push-back. We're starting in 5 seconds. So prep your positions. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lower your body all the way to the ground. Push it back up. Bend at your knees. You don't have to sit back all the way into your knees, but the key thing is to ensure that your body, you're pushing it up in one plane. Point your elbows towards the back of the room when you're doing a push-up. That works your triceps more. We're here for another 15. Keep it going. Nicely done. Keep your belly tight. Back flat. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. And time. Got a 20-second break. We're going into squat pulses and a calf raise. So just to demonstrate again, 2 pulses, squat raise. Extend everything up. Squeeze your bum, your glutes, and your calves. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2 squat pulses and squeeze, raise. 2 squat pulses, squeeze, and raise it up. So in your squats, you want to hinge at your hip, keeping your torso upright, chest proud. Drop your hips below parallel. As you stand up, squeeze everything. Coming up onto your tippy toes. 10 more seconds. Nicely done. 5, and 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Next one, we're on to side plank with a leg circle, so pick a side. So set up for a side plank. Remember your options. You can have one foot on the ground or just hold a side plank. 4, 3, 2, 1. Raise it up. Let's go.
It's my first time trying this. Feels tough.
So for a side plank, you want to make sure that your whole body, with whatever modification that you're doing, make sure your whole body from your head all the way to your toes are in one straight line.
I don't know how you can talk and do this at the same time.
With a lot of practice. Yeah, but it's okay. I'm like super gassed sometimes as well. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. We've got 15 more seconds, and then we're off to our last one, white-legged mountain climbers. This will conclude the first round. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Some white-legged mountain climbers. Step out your leg out to outside of your palm. So this was similar to what we did for the warm-up. You want to make sure you keep your back flat, core tight, stacking your shoulders above your wrists. Here for another 16 seconds. Keep it going. And 10. 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nicely done. 20-second break. We're back to the top. So this is our second round. Now you're a bit more warm. If you would like to challenge yourself with a full push-up, go ahead and try a full push-up. Otherwise, maybe try and do more reps. 2, 1, let's go. So you really want to load the weight in front of you. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. Keep it going, Estelle. Nice and easy. So you're going to extend your arms straight out in front of you when you're in your downward dog position. Bending at your knees. 3, 2, 1, and time. Whew. Shake it out. Moving on to our lower body, squat pulses and a calf raise. 10. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Squat pulses. Calf raise, arms overhead. Squat pulses. Calf raise, arms overhead. Keep your balance. Key thing is you really want to control the movement. Don't use momentum. Extend everything out. Here for another 16 seconds. Whew. And 10. 4, 3, 2, last one, and 1. Nice. Next one, coming down onto your side, other side. So if you did it on the right, do it on the left. If you did it on your left, do it on your right. We've got 5 more seconds, and we're going to start side planks. 2, 1, body up, hips up. Leg circles if you can. Otherwise, you have your options. You can place your leg out in front of you for more balance.
Oh, my left leg totally can't lift up.
Yeah, it's normal to be slightly different on both sides. So flexibility or like strength-wise. So if you can't lift it up, you just want to make sure that you're keeping your body in one straight plane. So think about lifting up your hip off so your body's in a straight line. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Your side plank's actually pretty good. I don't see, because some people like their hips tend to sag down, so that's not what you want. You want to keep everything in one plane. Here for another 6 more seconds, and then we're on to our wide-legged mountain climbers again.
This is like a killer exercise.
Yeah, this is to get your heart rate up. So step your feet forward, or jump it forward. Keep most of the weight on your arms, so that challenges you a bit more. Halfway, just half more to go. 15 seconds to go. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Nicely done. 15 more seconds. We're starting back from the top. Push up.
A question for you.
Yes.
Do you have a most hated exercise from this set?
From this set, I would say the push-ups and push-backs.
Oh yeah, that's mine too. I'm just like, if someone wants to take an ugly shot of me, this will be it.
This would be it. But I always tell myself, like, you should always be doing what you hate more.
True.
That's the only way to get better.
Yep.
Okay, let's go. Back into push-ups, push-backs. This works your arms. A lot of girls feel like they want to work more in their arms. And this is a good exercise. It's got good regressions. So you can place your knees on the ground if you need a bit more help with your push-up. So the key thing is move slowly. Perform the exercise with good form. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Whew. We are done with push-ups and push-backs.
I know, happy.
So we're never seeing that again. Next one, squat pulses in a calf raise. So this one really works your bum, your glutes, as well as your lower half of your body. Let's go. Squat pulses, calf raise. Squeeze it up. So if you can hold for a second in a calf raise position, hold and squeeze. Squat pulses, keep it low. Standing tall and squeeze. Coming onto your tippy toes. 15 seconds. And 8 more seconds. Let's get to it. 3, 2, Last one. Time. Nice. So for side plank, leg circles, I will tell you guys when to switch halfway. So just roll over to the other side. Otherwise, we're going in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, hips up. So really tiny circles, keeping your body in one plane. So another tip is think of driving your hip up. Think of it as a kind of like a rope pulling your hips up towards the ceiling, and switch sides. Other side. Just 8 more seconds.
You're kind of balanced. I can see you're doing both sides equally well.
And time. 20 seconds break. You're not too bad yourself. Whew. Last one. Last white-legged mountain climbers. You're never seeing this again.
Okay, sure.
For today at least. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So this is our last set for this round. If you guys were doing walking mountain climbers, maybe you might want to try jump switching. More than halfway through now.
I feel like the jumping works more on the power.
Yes.
And I can only do 3 switches at one time.
You can work it up slowly. 7, 6. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. And time. Whew.
Halfway there.
We are halfway there. We are done with set 1. So you guys can grab a quick drink of water, wipe down your sweat while I demonstrate the next 4 exercises. So first one is a Superman. So for a Superman, lying on your belly. So you can have arms stretched out in front of you, and you're going to have your legs stretched out behind you. You can place your chin on the ground or whatever is more comfortable. Key thing is not to have any stress at the back of your neck. You're going to raise your arms and your feet, your legs together. Squeeze up. Release it back down. Squeezing up again. Releasing back down. So if this is too challenging for you, you can choose to raise arms and legs separately. So you're going to raise arms first, placing it back down, raising your legs, placing it back down. So you want to keep your arms as well as your legs completely straight. You're working your back to raise both your arms as well as your legs together. So you're working a lot of your mid-back, squeezing it up, placing it down, squeezing it up, placing it down. If you want to make it more challenging, palms together, legs together. Just squeeze both legs together and squeeze both your arms, your palms together. Raise everything up, place it down. So the wider they are, it's a lot easier to do. So if they're closer together, more narrow, it's a bit more challenging. That's for the first one. The second one, there are 2 options here. The first one is a standing, okay, maybe I'll demonstrate the lying one first. So it's a lying back press. You're lying on your back. You're planting your elbows onto the ground, and you are driving your elbows into the ground to raise your back off the ground slightly. So it's a micro movement, but the movement that you want is you're squeezing your back muscles together. So for bodyweight workouts, it's usually very hard to work your back. So this is one of my favorite exercises. Bodyweight doesn't require any equipment at all to work your back. That doesn't involve pushing. So this is like almost like a pulling movement. You want to draw your shoulder blades together. So pressing down into your elbows, pulling your shoulder blades together. So Estelle will demonstrate the standing motion.
Yeah, because I felt some stress on my neck when I lie down and do it.
Yes. So if you think that you might want to do the standing motion, find yourself a wall. So as you're going to follow what Estelle is doing, having your back against the wall and your feet slightly away from the wall, about half to 1 foot away from the wall. So you're using the wall for support. Using your elbows, drive your elbows into the wall and bring your body off the wall. So if you're in a standing position, it's a lot harder for you to make use of your HIIT. So most of the time, this will help you if you face issues with neck tension. So as what Estelle is demonstrating, that is the movement. So think of like pushing the wall away from you. That's the second movement. And squeeze your shoulder blades together. Yep. The third one is alternate knee and toe crunches. So lying flat on the ground, extending your arms out above you and your legs out in front of you. You're going to cup your ears with your hands. Bring one elbow to opposite knee, coming back down. Extending your arm the second time to touch your opposite toe, and then you repeat on the other side. So on each side, you'll be doing both knee as well as a toe touch. So one is knee to elbow, the other is toe to fingers. And the last one is a pendulum lunge with a sprawl. So for lunges, for both lunges back and forth, you want to lunge forward. Both your front knee as well as your back knee is in 90 degrees. Your back knee is off the ground. And when you lunge back, it's the same motion as well, 90 degrees. So it's called a pendulum lunge because you're standing in neutral position with your feet shoulder width apart, lunging forward, and then coming back. So it's like a pendulum. And then when you come back to neutral, place your hands on the ground, jump back into a high plank, jump forward, reset, switch to the other side. Yep, you got it. Okay, so I'm starting the timer. We're going for the first one, Superman. So get onto your belly. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
I'm going to try the third option you gave, which is to close the palms and the legs.
Ah, yeah, that's a bit more challenging. We're halfway through. Draw your arms up. So you're on your belly, squeeze. Feel your back working. 10 more seconds. Keep your legs straight. 3, 2, lost 1, time. Next one, lying back presses. So you have your option if you have a wall. Do it against the wall. Otherwise, you're okay to do it on the ground as well. Just make sure you're not stressing out your neck. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So it's a very small movement. You're really just thinking about drawing your elbows into the floor or into the wall behind you, pushing your back off. So you should also be feeling your triceps working. Dig your triceps as well as your elbows into the ground, driving it through, bringing your back off the wall or the ground.
This is so good for slouchy shoulders too.
And time, yeah. It's very hard to find body weight back workouts actually.
Yeah.
So this is one of them. Next one, we're lying back on our backs again, alternate knee and toe crunches. 5, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So knee and toes, and knee and toes.
And earlier on you were saying to do this move slowly with control.
Yes. So a lot of times people tend to crunch up and then they want to relax, so they slam everything down. So you want to crunch up and come down both in a controlled manner. So for ab exercises, it's not so much about the speed. You really want to engage the right muscles. So you're always working using your abs and not using your head to lead the motion. And time. Next one, pendulum lunges and a sprawl. So stand in a neutral position first, keeping your feet in line with your hips and your shoulders. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Forward lunge, stepping back, coming down to neutral, doing a sprawl, coming back, other side. So keeping your torso upright at all times, chest pointed forward, and your lunge. 5, 3, 2, 1, and time. And now we're prepping back for Supermans again. Eight seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Raising arms and legs up and down, and up and down. Squeeze. So in the top position, you can squeeze and hold for a second, replacing your arms and your legs back on the floor. So you want to try and bring your arms as well as your legs up together, releasing them down together. Once again, do it in a controlled manner. Same timing up, same timing down. And 3, 2, 1, and time. Next one, we're back to our back presses. So take your options either against the wall or on the mat. So no tension at the back of your neck. 3, 2, 1, press it up and down and up and down. So the movement is really small. If you feel any stress in your back of your neck, you might want to try against the wall. Fifteen more seconds. Deep breath. So this is a good exercise if you don't have bands or weights for rows, and time. Next one, we're lying back down again for alternate knee and toe crunches. 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. And knee, and toes, and knee, and toes, and knee, and toes. Really want to crunch with your abs. So the knee crunches gives you an opportunity not to crunch as high, but when you're really crunching to touch your toes, really crunch and reach for your toes. Keeping your leg as straight as possible.
Just working on some flexibility as well.
Yeah. And time. Last one, pendulum lunges. So
It's my first time doing this move. Quite cool.
Yeah. It trains your flexibility and your stability as well for this one. So let's go. Forward and backward
Especially
lunge.
for the backward movement. I'm so worried I will slip.
Yeah, because most of the time people would just be doing either the forward lunge or a reverse lunge separately.
Yeah.
But then when you have to transition from the forward to the backward, then you really have to balance on one leg.
And I'm tripping over my mat.
Be careful. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Whew. We're on to our last set. Just 4 more exercises.
Last
And
set.
then we're done with set 2. Yep. And after this, we're just on to our EMOM. So EMOM is going to be fun. Just 4
Oh my
minutes
gosh.
and we're done.
Oh, most painful
2,
4 minutes.
1. Let's go. Superman. So you can try and do what Estelle is doing, squeezing your legs as well as your palms together. Raise it up.
It's like a mini back bend.
Yeah. So you're using your back muscles to draw your arms up, legs up, and down. You should be feeling your hamstrings tense up, your glutes tense up, and your back. 10 more seconds. Squeeze. Squeeze and hold. 3, 2, 1, and time. Rolling over if you're doing lying back presses, or standing up and finding your wall. 10 more seconds. You can set up your position. So once again, your triceps and your elbows are either on the floor or against the wall. 2, 1, let's go. Once again, no tension on the back of your neck. Press and squeeze. Squeezing your shoulder blades together. Think about trying to elbow someone behind you. Or like trying to draw your elbows backwards, pushing the wall or the floor away from you.
It's actually quite tiring for the arms.
Yeah. You want to squeeze and use your back muscles as well. 3, 2, 1, and time.
All right. Crunches.
Next one. Crunches, yes. Oh. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So core stability is very important. Fifteen more seconds. And 8. And 3, 2, 1, and time. Last one. Back to our pendulum lunges and a sprawl. So this time around, if you can, go a bit faster. In your sprawl, if you want to do a push-up, feel free to do a push-up. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Forward lunge, backward lunge, and a sprawl. This is our last one for this set.
Oh,
Whew, be careful.
my shoes are sliding on the floor.
15 more seconds. 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Well
All right.
done.
Finisher
That
coming
was
up.
2 sets. I know our finisher, right? So that was 2 sets down. We just got one last one. Final one to go.
Okay, please explain what we are doing for this.
Okay. So for EMOM, earlier on I mentioned that it's going to be every minute on the minute. So when the minute starts, we're doing 10 froggers and 10 jump lunges. If you're done with your 10 froggers and 10 jump lunges ahead of time, then you have the rest of the minute to rest. So say if I've finished both in 20 seconds, I will have 40 seconds to rest before the next minute begins. So first movement is a frogger. So you're getting into a low squat position, which we did earlier on in the warm-up. Using your elbows to brace against your knees. You're going to raise your bum up, coming back down, raise your bum up, coming back down. So from the side, it's a low squat. So So your back is straight, core tight, chest facing forward, and this is your starting position. You're gonna bring your bum high up, so your head should also tip downwards. So your neck shouldn't be this way, it should all be in one line. Coming back down, bring your bum up, coming back down. So if you can stand with your bum like as high as you can, this is your finished position, and then coming back down. So try not to rest in this position. The moment you reach this position, go back up. So that's a frogger. And then for jump lunges, we are doing a regular lunge and then jump switching. So once again, 90 degrees in both your front as well as your back leg. Your back knee is off the ground. If you are not jumping, feel free to step back, step forward, step back with other leg, step forward. That is your regression.
Okay.
Modification. So pick your options. We are doing 10 froggers and 10 jump lunges. So for jump lunges, right and left will be considered as 2 reps.
I was waiting for that. I was like, yes.
Yeah. If not, we're doing 20. So this is just going to be 4 minutes on the clock. I will count us down.
Last 4 minutes, guys.
3, 2, 1, let's go. So just 10 froggers and then 10 jump squats. $50 seconds. Whew. 35 seconds to go. So if you have the rest of the time to rest. If you want some active recovery, you can shuffle on the spot. For active recovery, just shuffle on the spot. Shake everything out. Get your blood flowing. 10 more seconds. We're going back down into froggers, 10 froggers, 10 jump lunges. 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. $50 seconds. Whew. 38 seconds.
Oh gosh.
If you're done, shuffle on the spot, shake it out, get the blood flowing. Ooh, keep it going.
This is killer for the
seconds.
lower body.
Yeah. So Estelle, do you prefer upper body or lower body work?
Wow. Both are equally bad. I think like lower body, I get fatigued quite easily. Then for upper body, actually it's the same.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah, it's true. But I feel like upper body, because the muscles are a lot smaller, it cannot take as much work.
True, true.
Keep it going. Whew. Legs are burning. Shuffle. Get the blood flowing. Keep it going, Estelle. Walk it out, walk it out. Yep. Keep going. You've got 12 more seconds. And then we're on to our last and final round. Whew. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Last one.
Wow, can't feel my thighs.
Shake it out, and then get back into it. Whew. 35 seconds. Come on, Estelle. You can do it.
What? You're done? I'm still doing my strongest.
Keep going, keep going. You can walk. You don't have to jump. Yep. 18 more seconds. Let's go. 15. Deep breaths. 10 seconds. Come on, come on. Last 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. Woo. That was amazing, Estelle.
Wow. Thanks, Natalie.
Ooh.
My thighs are burning.
I hope you guys at home got a good workout too.